I'm gonna be so honest with you right now. I'm gonna be so honest. I didn't look at my goals. I didn't focus on my goals. And most importantly, I didn't care. It's December. I know. How the did we get here? How did we get here? How is it the second last, well, I guess actually this is the last reset of 2025. The last actual reset we'll do in 2025 is for 2026. But guys, we made it. It's December and it is time to reset for this month. If you're new here, hi, my name is Beth. I love to go to concerts and overshare in all of my vlogs. And one thing I challenged myself to do this year was to film a monthly reset every single month. Now, did I do that? Technically, no. Technically, no, I did miss 2 months. I missed May because I literally lost my voice after Coachella. I'm like 99% sure I had vocal notes. I genuinely could not speak for weeks. It was so bad. And then I also missed October because I was overseas for about 2 months traveling around Europe, and then I lived in London for 5 weeks. Lived, you know I'm dramatic. But we have reset together for every other month of the year. And honestly, I have loved it so much. I feel like it's been so helpful. So let me know if you guys have also liked these. I'm thinking maybe I'll carry on this series into 2026, maybe? What do you guys think? Let me know. Also, if you're new here, you should definitely subscribe because we're basically best friends at this point. Anyway, let's jump into the reset because you know we have a lot to do. If you've watched my resets before, you will already know, but every month we start with a big deep clean because, like I say every single month, because it hasn't changed, no matter what medication I'm on or what journal prompts I do, I feel like if my space is messy and it isn't clean, it's unorganized, my mind feels the exact same way. And I feel like I can't concentrate or reset anything else in my life if my space isn't clean, organized, all of that kind of stuff. So we're gonna jump into a big deep clean. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if you look at my apartment, it's pretty clean. It's pretty clean. I have been working on a video that will be coming out maybe a week or so after this one, where I'm upgrading my life for 2026. And in that vlog, I have been doing some, I guess, like home improvements. So my apartment's actually looking very tidy right now. I'm very happy with it, but I will say she's a little dusty. She's a little dusty. So we definitely do have a little bit of deep cleaning we can do. I don't need to do the bedroom because without spoiling the video, well, I mean, I guess you'll probably see it in my vlogs, but Cal and I got a new bed. So we basically deep cleaned the whole bedroom when we got the new bed. You'll see it in the upgrading my life vlog. So we're like already a quarter of the way done because the areas I have to deep clean are the bedroom, the lounge room, which has my desk and work area that we're sitting at now, the kitchen and the bathroom, and the bedroom's done. So we only have 3 more areas that we need to deep clean, and it's honestly not that bad. Like I said, we really just have to wipe down surfaces and vacuum. So I reckon we can smash this out the fastest we've ever done it before. Oh my god, guys, this is so full. I'm so scared of spilling this. We made it, we made it. yeah, that was definitely the fastest deep clean I think I've ever done in my life. But now the apartment is so clean. This is like the cleanest I feel like it's been since we moved in, what, 5 years ago? So now we're gonna move on to doing my digital deep clean and declutter. This is where I organize all the files on my MacBook. I move anything to any hard drives or delete any files I don't need anymore. Basically just tidy up my MacBook because I spend a lot of time on that thing because I am a freelance editor on top of doing social media. And then I also do the same thing on my phone. I love to go through my texts, my call history, delete any apps or like tidy up my home screen, get rid of any notifications. And also something that I have been doing is going through and organizing and deleting all of my photos because, wait, where am I up to now? I feel like it's gotten worse every month because every month I take more photos. But I have 69,000 photos and videos on my phone, which is just like, it's so ridiculous, you know, like it's never that serious. I'm all about capturing the moment, but it's never that serious, you know what I mean? I think I mentioned this in the November reset, but something I wanted to do towards the end of the year was download an app. The one I used to have was called Swipe Wipe. The one I have this time is called Photo Cleaner. It's basically like Tinder. Not that I ever like had that, but it's basically like Tinder for your photos. Let me quickly show you before we do the rest. So it will bring up your camera roll and it splits it into months of the year. And then basically what you do is you click on one of the months. It will bring up each photo individually. And if you want to keep it, you press the heart down here. And if you don't want to keep it, you press the X. And then at the end, it brings up all the photos on a page. I wonder if I can like show you. I don't know if I can show you. Okay, it's being clunky, but it basically shows you all of the ones you've selected at the end. So if you have hit delete on one you want to actually keep, you can untick it and vice versa. And then it deletes all of those photos off your phone, or it like puts it into recently deleted. So I've started doing that. It's actually so helpful to stop scrolling because instead of scrolling, I will just do this. And then yeah, once you've done the month, it puts a little tick next to it. So that's something I've been doing. I was thinking of saving it until we reset for 2026, but then I was like, it's gonna take me so long to get through all of my photos and videos. So I started that last month and I've just kind of been doing it whenever I'm on my phone and I'm scrolling. Instead of scrolling, I'll do that. But let's do 10 minutes of that in this digital declutter, deep clean situation now, because I feel like it'll be very helpful. It's time to do an end of month reflection. Every month I get kind of nervous to do this. I don't know if that makes sense. Let me know if you guys can relate, but sometimes reflection can be scary, but I feel like it's so helpful. Let me show you my little setup if you're new here. I'm moving some files on my hard drive. They're still transferring over. So I'm gonna bring up Notion on my phone, but I'll put this up on the screen for you guys so you can see. But I have a goals page, which we'll get into when we get to the goals section. But in there, I have a section where I can do a monthly reflection on the month that's just passed. So, and as you can see, it's broken down into sections. So I have liked, what did I enjoy most this month? Learned, what did I learn this month? Lacked, what could I have done better this month? And longed for, what do I wish existed or was possible to make this month run smoother? So we're gonna go ahead and fill this out, and we're gonna be honest, but we're also gonna be nice to ourselves, and we're not gonna procrastinate it. We're just gonna do it right now. Okay, now that the reflection is done, we can move into goal setting. Basically, let me just show you my goal setup. I know if you watch this every month, you're like, girl, I've basically memorized this setup by now. But if you're new here, I feel like the video wouldn't make sense unless I quickly ran you through it. And maybe if you do watch every month, it'll be helpful to have a little refresher. Anyway, so this is my goals page. At the top, I have my word for the year, which is thrive, the little definition, it's aesthetic. And then I have my goals for the year, and my goals for the year are broken up into 6 sections. We have work, physical, financial, mental, hobbies, and personal. And then I have 2 goals under each section. And then, as you can see, I have monthly goals. I just have this as each month because when we click into each month, we can then see the goals and that reflection that we just did. And I also have the weekly goals. And basically how it works is for my monthly goals and my weekly goals, I follow the same system of the 6 categories with 2 goals under each. And my weekly goals help me achieve my monthly goals, and my monthly goals help me achieve my yearly goals. This is a really really, really good system. I am gonna be so honest with you, I don't know if it's realistically working for me anymore or is the best system for me. Something that I've noticed, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in my last reset as well, is I have achieved almost everything on my vision board, but I haven't achieved my goals. And I don't know if I just feel too much pressure when I have set goals, because as much as I love routine, I hate it at the same time. It's an ongoing battle in my mind. So I don't know if in 2026 I need to just not do the system at all, or if when I do this system, my vision board that I have as my MacBook screensaver and my phone screensaver is more aligned with the goals that I have, because I feel like my vision board, while it does line up in some aspects, it doesn't in others. Yeah, as I said that out loud, this is why it's so helpful to film these as well. I really hope you guys don't mind these little tangents, because saying that out loud, I'm like, oh, why would I just give up on this system when I like it and it does work, when I could just integrate it better with my vision board? Look at us go. Look at us go, figuring out. And honestly, I feel like figuring that out right now was nice, because now we have to go and see how I did goals wise for November. And I'm gonna be so honest with you right now. I'm gonna be so honest. I didn't look at my goals. I didn't focus on my goals. And most importantly, I didn't care. I didn't care. November for me was really about getting back into routines, settling back into being in Melbourne, getting back into my healthy habits. But a thing that I do a lot because I have a very all or nothing mindset is I try to jump back into everything immediately. I'll get back from a trip and I'm like, I need to be in the gym. I need to be eating healthy. I need to go to bed by 8 p.m. I need to wake up at this time, etc., etc. I know some of you guys will be able to relate. So when we got back from Europe this time, I was like, I need to just focus on the most important things first and then slowly add everything back in. So I felt the best way for me to do that was to not focus on my goals, not have weekly goals the way that I do it, and not focus on my habit tracker, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and just really take it one step at a time. So in all seriousness, we actually don't need to go through my November goals. I don't think it's gonna even be worth it, but let me just show you essentially how we do it every month so that I feel like it's not completely deleted from this vlog, you know? Basically, I have my monthly goals like this, and then to the right, you'll see the section that it is, which is one of those 6 sections we mentioned before. Then to the left of that, I have the status. This is where I can mark the goal as not started, in progress, done, or next year. So usually at the end of every month, we will go in and change the status for all of those goals. But we're not gonna do that this month. I'm protecting my peace. And yeah, it's definitely made me think a bit more about how I wanna structure my goals for 2026 and which goals I'm setting, but like I actually don't care about. I don't know if you guys can relate, but sometimes it's like you almost feel pressured to have certain goals. But when you actually step back, you're like, do I even want that? And I feel like I'm really good at not caring about that stuff in other areas of my life, but then it comes to other niche ones, I feel like, that maybe most people wouldn't focus on or care about. I'm like, I have to do that. I don't care about getting married by a certain age or even like having kids or buying a house or anything like that, but I'm like, but I must read a certain amount of books this year. Crazy. Anyway, thanks for being my therapist, question mark, just then. I feel like I really let it all out. But in saying that, I would like to try this system again for December. I feel like I'm back in routine a little bit now. Well, actually a lot now. I'm doing mentally well. I'm back on a lot of my habits. So setting these goals and working towards achieving them feels like something I have the capacity for in December. What I'm not going to worry about is the fact that achieving these goals won't mean that I'm going to have achieved my yearly goals. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have a certain amount of books that I wanted to read for the year, and I realistically probably can't hit that goal. I would need to read like 12 books, which that's how much I've like read this year. So I just don't think that's possible, but that doesn't mean that I can't read 1 or 2 this month. Anyway, I've been rambling for so long. Thank you for being my therapist. Like I said, thank you for listening to my TED talk. I'm gonna go ahead and set these goals now. Dude, I feel like I've been at this computer desk for too long. Like, I've been staring at my laptop for too long. I've been focusing on my reflection and goal setting and like organizing the files, and I need to get the up out of this desk. Like, I don't want to sit here anymore. So we are going to go ahead and tackle my end of month admin list. Basically, I have a list of all of these little end of month tasks that I like to do. And I feel like doing it now is the perfect way. We can still be resetting, we can still be ticking things off, but we don't have to be at this desk. You know, like, I would love a little little 30-minute break to just smash out all of these tasks. Even though it's not a break, you know what I mean. A break from here. Guys, you wanna know what I did? I actually updated my tax document yesterday. I know, what the f? I didn't save it for the reset. I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna do it now. I'm just gonna do it now. And I'm honestly so glad that I did. Basically, because I'm self-employed, I do have to complete my own tax. So I have spreadsheets where I keep track of all my expenses, whether it's for social media or my freelance business, and also my earnings for both of those as well. And I have a sheet on my Excel where I track my monthly income because it does vary month to month. And I like to see how much I'm making from both of those categories, social media and freelance. And then on top of that, I also have an Excel spreadsheet where I keep track of all of mine and Kel's bills. And in there, I also have our monthly budget, which because our income does change month to month, I like to look over and I guess kind of like plan for the next month because our budget doesn't need to be the same every month, if that makes sense. We obviously do have some fixed expenses like our rent and our phone bills, but other things do vary month to month. So I am going to take a look at mine and Kel's spreadsheet, but I don't have to update my tax document, my expenses and income that is, because I already did it yesterday. Another thing I do need to do though on mine and Kel's spreadsheet is I keep track of all our medical appointments just so I can see how often we're having certain medical appointments and also how much they cost. That way at the end of the year I can budget accordingly for it. You guys know me. I love to plan. I love to organize. It's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing and a curse. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this spreadsheet and get this done. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I know we're not done, but I feel so on top of my shit right now. I really do. I feel like I've got my life together right now, which is a really fun and nice thing to say, but we still have a couple of things that we need to do. Next, I need to go ahead and update my calendar for December. Basically, at the start of the month or the end of the month, just whenever I film this, I like to do a bulk fill of my calendar. I'll just go in there and add in anything and everything that I already have on for December. I do update my calendar as I go. So if I book an appointment or organize a catch up with a friend, I put that in my calendar, but some things do get missed because life is life. So I use my Apple Calendar and I have 7 calendars in there. I find this the best way to not get overwhelmed because each calendar has a color and is dedicated to something. So I have life, social media, gym, and then the 4 other calendars are for my freelance clients. And it's just so helpful to be able to see the different colors, and also you can turn the calendars on and off. So if I just want to see what gym workouts I have coming up, I can just have that calendar on, and the same thing for all the other calendars as well. So let's go ahead and update this calendar. Now that my calendar is updated, we can go ahead and update my Notion. Also, I do have a Notion template. So if you're interested in my Notion at all, I'll have that linked below for you guys. Basically, I downloaded a template, but then I customized it a lot. So if you like this, you can download that below. So essentially, this is my Notion. It's called Basecamp. And as you can see on the right, I have this section called Weekly Schedule. This is where I just fill out the main important things that I have on for the week. And then above that, I have a page called To-Do List. And this is where I'll expand on each day as it comes. And the reason I do my calendar before I do my Notion is because I get the information to put in the weekly schedule and in the to-do list from my calendar. Also, I have a YouTube planner where I plan out literally all of my YouTube videos. It's getting so full because we're at the end of the year. At the start of the year, as you can imagine, it's very small. Now it's like the whole page long. I think you have to scroll. So I'm gonna go ahead and update my weekly schedule as well as my YouTube planner. This section of the reset is back. We are going to do monthly favorites again. I know last month I skipped it. I was like, bro, I don't even know what I've shown you. I don't know what my favorite things are. I'm barely back in Australia, but I have made a list on my phone. Also, how cute is this phone case? I showed it to you guys in my Getting in the Christmas Spirit video. It's so cute, but I made a list on my phone. I came prepared today. I said monthly favorites are back, but I will say the first thing that's my favorite, I don't want to show you because it's a part of the upgrading my life vlog. The first thing is our new bed. We finally bit the bullet. Is that what the saying is? I always mess up saying, but we've been wanting to get a king bed for a while and we finally decided to do it, and it has been such a game changer. It also has a lot of storage, and as you guys know, we live in a very small apartment, so storage is very important to us and something we don't take for granted. Oh, it's been so good. I'll obviously show you the full process of getting it, setting it up, figuring out all the storage in that vlog, but oh my gosh, like I'm so glad we did it. Like the new mattress, oh, I love my life. Another thing I've been loving this month, which is so type A of me, I can't, is AirTags. I am so late to the AirTag game. The first AirTag that I got was before we went to Europe. I wanted to get AirTags for our passports and our suitcases. I'd seen people do this where they get an AirTag and put it in their suitcase so that if it goes missing, they can track it and know where it is. And I thought that would be a good thing to have for our passports as well, because we have little like cases for our passports. But I actually lost my wallet, which is so not like me because I'm so type A, and it's so frustrating because my old wallet had a kind of like little spot I could have put an AirTag, but I didn't, and I lost my wallet. God knows where it is. Like I literally, it could still be in this apartment, but as you can imagine, I've turned this apartment upside down and I don't know where she is. Anyway, it's fine. We live, we laugh, we learn, and we love, I guess. So after that happened, I went a little AirTag crazy. And now we have AirTags on our keys, our suitcases, and our passports. I have one in my little bag that I keep in whatever handbag I'm using. It basically just has like lip gloss, band-aid, sanitizer, ibuprofen, just like a little, not like medical bag because it also has, I'm sure you know what I mean. There's honestly probably AirTags on more things as well. I went a little crazy, but I love them. They're so helpful. The next thing is more fun. Oh, I forgot to grab it to show you. Give me one sec. So one thing Cal and I have been doing is having craft nights, which has been so much fun. And one of my little projects, I guess you could call it, was to redo all the stickers on my drink bottle. I don't think I have a photo I can put in, but if you guys remember, I have this hydro flask. I've had it for, oh my god, so many years now. Cal literally got it for me for my 26th birthday, I think. And I had all these travel stickers on it of all these places that we'd been. And because I'd had those stickers on that drink bottle for so long, they were so faded. So I wanted to replace them, and I've nearly finished my bottle, okay? I'm gonna show you a project that's not finished. I'm very proud of myself for this. But this is her. Wow, as I'm turning it, I'm like, she basically is finished. There's just a couple of small spots, and you guys know me. I'm just like, I want them to be filled, but also I want to save space for saving space. I can't, like, holding space. But I want to save space for more places that we go to. But I have a lot of the same stickers, but then also new ones as well because we went to Europe, so I wanted to put some Europe stickers on there. But I'm so happy with it. I think it looks amazing. I love it so much. I'm so excited to use this. I actually haven't used this yet. I finished it, well, like finished it up to where it is last night. And I also started doing the same thing on my hydro flask, but instead of doing the travel stickers, I decided to put music stickers on here. So if you can see, I have the 1975, Olivia, White Stripes, this Harry/Taylor cardigan, Wallows, Sabrina, Joe, Taylor, and then Remy, just because he's cute. I obviously haven't finished this one, but it's been so nice to have craft nights with Cal and just do something crafty that's physical. I love a digital craft. I love making digital collages, but I don't usually do physical craft, and it's something that I want to get into a lot more next year. I have this big project that I want to do, so it's been fun. Another thing that I've been loving, which you will have seen, oh, there it is. Oh, I also have my AirTag. Ta-da! It also has this little glitter case on it, which I think is cute. I'm so type A, it hurts. You will have seen this if you watched my Christmas video, but I got the Fruitcake vinyl by Sabrina. This is one of my favorite Christmas albums. This and Christmas and Chill. You can't beat them. And this is the, I don't want to get it out because I don't want to like damage it, but this is the Fruitcake colored one, I think it is. It's like this dark red, and I've been loving listening to this. I had this playing while we decorated for Christmas, and it's just so fun. It's been nice to get back into our vinyl collecting. We started doing it before we went to Europe, and then we didn't buy any vinyls while we were in Europe. But when we came home, I got both of these Sabrina ones. I got the new Taylor album. I love music. You guys will know this if you watch my vlogs. And I also love albums. And it's just so nice to be able to purchase physical music and support an artist and a local record store for the most part. That's like where we try to shop. And then just have something tangible. Also, side note, the 1975 took Human 2 off that album, and I have that album on vinyl, so I will always have that song, even though low-key I always didn't like that song, and I think he made the right choice. Anyway, the last thing I've been loving in November is just all of our Christmas decor. We do have a little bit more that we need to get from my mum. I'm actually getting those pieces this weekend, so maybe we can put them together or like put them up in the house in another vlog. But I really wanted to set up all of our Christmas decor earlier this year, like in November, because I feel like when you wait to December, it just goes by so fast, and I just wanted all the time I could have with all the decorations. So I'm so happy that we set them up. I think it was like November 12th. I gave myself a little bit of time after we got back, because we got back on October 31st. But it's been so nice. I feel like I'm truly in the Christmas spirit. I've also been using my Christmas mugs. I have my Christmas nails. Well, like they're barely Christmas, but you know, I usually only get French chrome tip. It's just been so nice and so fun. So I highly recommend, if you haven't put your Christmas decorations up and you have some time, highly recommend you do it. Okay, we are officially reset for December. Bro, I feel so good. I'm so glad we did that. I feel like I have my together, truly. I feel like I have my life together. So this is your sign to do a December reset. It doesn't have to be the whole big shebang. Even just tidying a little area or writing out some goals or doing a reflection will help so much. Trust me on it. I am living proof. I am living proof. If you guys have watched this far, comment down below. Comment down below your favorite part of these monthly resets, because like I said, I might continue this series on in 2026, and I want to know what parts you definitely want me to keep, or if there's any new parts that you want me to add in, comment that down below as well, along with a little bow emoji, because we're like tying up the end of this year's resets. I don't know. Also, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, you should definitely subscribe, because we're basically best friends at this point. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next vlog. Bye!